Alrighty, we are back to doing microphone review. Someone. Alright, you know what? You gotta go. Airplane. Do not disturb. Alright, here we go. Great. Bye! Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. We are finally doing another microphone review video. This is actually a microphone that I mentioned a long time ago, but I wasn't able to get my hands on it until recently. Various different reasons. But before we get into the microphone, I actually wanted to cover something real quick because, and I will have a timestamp for when I start talking about the microphone in question. I don't know why I'm bringing it up like it's some kind of mystery. It will be in the title and it'll be in the thumbnail. But, I wanted to actually talk about something because I wanted to ask you guys a question because there was someone who had left a very weird, nonsensical, and angry comment on one of my videos, the TZ audio microphone that I had reviewed before, and they were saying all kinds of stuff about, the fact that they were basically calling me out for shilling out or promoting a scam company that was under investigation, like legal investigation or something like that, for stealing other microphone companies' parts and putting it into their microphones to make them sound better and then sending them out as free review microphones for people to promote their... And I legitimately... When the person said that, before saying anything, I went and looked to see if I could find anything, and I couldn't find anything involving TZ Audio litigation, allegation, lawsuit, legal controversy. I couldn't find anything. And so it was very weird, back and forth. And then when I asked them for more information, they gave me nothing and then just accused me of not wanting to say anything bad about this company or the microphone, so I keep getting free shit. Which made me laugh because they clearly have not seen this channel. I very rarely get any microphones for free. That was like one of the few exceptions. And I very rarely say anything that's just nice. I mean, that's mostly the comment is the opposite, that I'm too mean on these microphones. So it just made me laugh. For example, the microphone that I have today, I bought that. Over 95% of the microphones that I review, I've bought. So... it was just weird. But if anybody knows anything about TZ Audio, any kind of weird thing that they've done, or anybody has any information, leave that down in the comment section. That's what I wanted to say. Now, there we go. So now we're going to start the actual review. So the microphone that I have today, and I'm going to be honest, I actually, now that I could not find the original form of this microphone, I am actually kind of disappointed. So the microphone that we have is the Worker Bee, specifically the Worker Bee 2. The original Worker Bee, I think it's Neat Bee? Yeah, Neat microphones. The original Worker Bee had this kind of like boxy shape, and it was, yellow and black, and it was a very weird looking microphone, and it was like the wrong kind of shape for most things that you could mount a microphone in or on. And I thought it was very weird. But now that I was like out there ready to buy microphones for review, I was actually disappointed that I couldn't find it. So that's weird. But today we're working with the number 2 version, which is this more of like black, standard black. I will say that I'm kind of disappointed in the packaging. I did open this up to make sure that the microphone was in here. To make sure that it was... I don't need the box. To make sure that, like, it wasn't damaged or anything. And it's just this plain cardboard box with just just white standard foam. Nothing neat about... nothing neat. Nothing special about the little pamphlet. Pretty straightforward. And I gotta say, I really hate this foam. Mostly just because I hate, like... Okay, so I don't know what the name of the issue is, but I have a specific, it's not a fear, but it's just this kind of reaction to certain kinds of sounds. And one of them is that kind of like squeaking foam sound. It gives me like hard goosebumps and just nasty chills. Same thing with like touching cotton balls. I have the exact same reaction. Anyway, so yeah, it just comes in this little white, standard white. I'm gonna put the microphone down here for a second. Just comes with this standard white. Ooh. It's like nails on a chalkboard. That's what it is for me. Standard white box, standard white foam, nothing special. But it was packaged well. It didn't look like it had a whole bunch of give and it was like rattling around in there. Didn't look like it would have gotten damaged if something, had happened. But I do like it when companies include a little bit more of a premium, container. Because for most of us, we like to, have extra mics and then put them on a shelf or put them in some kind of drawer. And I don't want to just put them loose. I mean, this is just plastic. This is just plastic wrap. I like the baggies. Even the cheap ones. I do prefer the baggies. Especially the ones that have like the brand on them, because then it's like, oh, it's not getting dust on it. It's not getting like moisture in it. It's relatively well protected, at least from scratches, and it has a label that, makes it where I can identify it later. So it has that. So that's nice. I'm not gonna chunk it. Who do you think I am? So first thing I can say is, and again, I'm wearing light colors so you can actually see the mic. First thing I can say about the microphone is that it has weight to it. It is very hefty. I do like the size of it. This particular diameter. Now the capsule itself has tons of space in it. There's about that much. About almost an inch from the edge of the capsule to the edge of the grill. So it's got some free floating, it's got some room, it's got some give. But technically, I don't know if this large of a capsule or this large of a grill is 100% necessary. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. I don't know. I don't know much about. I do know there is a function to this kind of grill to help prevent from certain kind of like frequencies and waves from getting in. Not sound waves, but just, interference and stuff like that. So I don't know if this is 100% necessary, but whatever. It's not too big, but when it has a really small neck, it just looks weird. Anyway, all that said, has a lot of weight. It's very nice. I don't know if I can open this. I don't know if it unscrews. No, that does not unscrew. At least not to my knowledge. The pins are fine. Yeah, this doesn't look like it's going to scratch off. Yeah, it's nice, premium quality. And the only other thing, as far as build, it feels nice. It doesn't feel like cheap Chinese knockoff, microphone. The only other thing that it comes with, other than the manual or the instructions or the details, is a very standard, mount. Obviously not a shock mount. This provides no, resistance to hand touching and jittering and stuff like that. Well, now I am going to plug this bad boy in, and we are going to test it. Didn't catch any audio from this mic on its own review, so starting this part all over again is apparently what I gotta do. Alrighty, hey guys, welcome back. I don't know why I'm saying welcome back. Welcome me back. It's a day later. It is now 1:30 in the morning on Saturday. Again, up late, having to record and edit a video to get it up to you guys. It wasn't until now that I noticed that the audio, when it got to this microphone, was gone. So hence the different shirt. I was gonna just wear the same shirt and try to pretend like nothing happened, but no, we're keeping it. We're absolutely keeping it. Just own your mistakes. I don't know why it's getting so much harder to do this channel. Whether it's time, availability, personal reasons, or just technical reasons, it's getting so much harder. Oh my god. So anyway, now we are listening to the Neat Worker B2 all by itself. It is so we're going to do a little. We don't have any interference, which is all good. Sometimes microphones seem to have like a problem with like shielding, meaning like I've had a couple microphones that I've reviewed in the past that had kind of like a shielding issue. And so touching it in certain ways, or touching the cable, would introduce a lot of like or kind of like weird digital noise. We're not getting in that. It's really, really good. I'm going to give you some silence. It's pretty clean. Pretty clean. Obviously, you're getting a lot of plosives because I have zero pop filter, no windscreen, no wind cover, nothing on this microphone. And as far as the settings on my mixer, the compression is off, and the EQ, all three settings, the mid, high, and low on the EQ are all set to 12 o'clock, which is essentially 0. So you're just listening to it as is. It'll be normalized like always, but other than that, I'm not going to be doing anything to the audio. I may tweak it a little bit on here to show you guys what it kind of sounds like with a little bit of the high end taken off, because this microphone is a little sibilant. It is a little sharp. It doesn't have a smooth richness. It's not too sharp. It's not too brittle, which is very, very good. I would definitely say it's not as noticeable of a high end as the AudioTechnica 2020, or at least in my ear. Maybe when I do a shootout of this microphone and other microphones alongside it of similar price points, maybe I'll notice something different. But as of right now, from my memory, I'm not noticing anything, which is really, really good. There's not a lot to say about this microphone. It's clean. It's doing the job that it needs to. It's sensitive, which is good for a large diaphragm microphone. It's a little too sensitive on the plosives. I think because of the large head on this thing, it is grabbing too much wind. It is a much larger target, but it's fine. It's not too bad. I think as far as like the back end rejection is on par. It's obviously a cardioid, not a not a figure 8, nothing fancy, not a hypercardioid, none of that. There's no bells and whistles on it. It's a microphone. If this microphone stays at the $60 price point, which any and all links will be in the description, I think this is really worth the price. I think for $60, anywhere between $100 and $60, is what I would imagine that this microphone would be worth. If it's any less than $60, if it's like any less than $50, it's a total street steal, and I don't know how the company's making any money. If it's more than $100 or it's more than $90, I don't really think that it's worth $100, considering there are so many better microphones in that price point that I've personally reviewed. But overall, I think it's great. I think it's really, really good. I think it's a totally legit microphone. The only thing that I will say about this large screen, about the large cage on this bad boy, is that it will kind of make it a little bit awkward. Even if you get a small pop filter, that you aren't going to be able to have this like really like in the way of what you're reading. You'll definitely have to be very conscious of this kind of covering up some of your field of view. Because, again, this is a large diaphragm, so you can't get too far off of it, and it's not directional. It's not focused like a shotgun mic, so you kind of have to be, relatively close to it to actually take advantage of it. But ultimately, that's really the only gripe that I have. I think it will fit in most mounts, as opposed to the original Worker Bee, which was that little yellow box. This one will definitely fit in a lot more options, and it's totally fine. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn up the gain. No, I'm going to turn up some compression a little bit and kind of change the EQ. All right, so what I've done now is I've changed the compression to about 9 to 10 o'clock. Same thing with the high end on the EQ. I've changed that to 9 or 10 o'clock. Changed it down a little bit, and then I brought up the mid to about 2 or 3 o'clock to kind of boost the mid a little bit, to give it a little bit more of a smoother, rounder sound. So this is kind of like how I would, the settings that I would have using this microphone to kind of give it a little bit more presence, a little bit more smooth and richness. And it sounds great. It sounds totally fine. Again, there's no noise. I'm not going to do a whole, going up, increasing the gain. I think it's totally fine as is. If I'm not hearing anything at this level, it's not going to be a big deal. Every single microphone has some level of self-noise. It's just, pretty much all that is electrical energy passing through the capsule. So you're always going to have that on some level. And depending on the quality of your interface, it's obviously going to change. If you have a lower end, cheaper interface, mileage may vary. You may get more noise. But obviously on a $300 to $400, I think actually almost $600 brand new mixer, it's obviously going to get, cleaner gain. But yeah, that's going to be it. I hope I can get this video up to you guys fast enough. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, give it a thumbs down. Totally fine. Subscribe if you're new. Bell for notifications, and leave down the comment section below. Like to see me cover any other topic or review any other microphone. And for people who are asking about this, no, I am not trying to smoke cigarettes through my throat, despite not needing to smoke cigarettes through my throat or even smoke cigarettes. I just get bruised. I just get bruised and scarred, and I can't do anything about it. I'm just a frail, pale, pasty white boy, and scars just show up. That's gonna be it. Peace.